24 hours, and our cameras and our reporters were able to fetch and capture some of these events. We'll begin with police on Christmas, where police has come out very clearly to state that we will not have any display of fireworks, neither will there be this festive season or nightclubs opened. This was during their weekly press briefing held at the police headquarters in Kampala. Uganda police banned festivities to usher in the new year in line of preventing the spread of COVID-19. Churches are also advised not to hold crossover night prayers, and those interested in fireworks have been stopped. These directives were read by the police spokesperson, that is Fred Enanga. Away from the festivity and ushering in into the new year, government has been called upon to expedite, that is the full reopening of the economy come January 2022. Makerere University lecturer Mutapsa Nebasa said continuous locking down of the country is not good for the service sector. Nebasa cited the tourism and education sector as potential for economic boom that requires serious attention as the country gears towards full reopening of the economy. That is just a few days from now. And we now move to the Vice President, that is retired Major Jessica Alupo, who has commended the people of Kanyanyeru for being models of development. She also called upon all leaders to turn around all villages in Uganda on the same socio-economic development path. The Vice President was addressing residents of Hirenga Kanyanyeru in Kiruhura district, where she was representing President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni at the fundraising drive. She delivered the President's contribution of 60 million shillings towards buying land for the school. Now we move to Nyonyintono district, where Nyonyintono residents have extended a vote of thanks to the President for having reappointed the Land Minister Judith Nabakoba as Land Minister in the 2021 cabinet. This was during an end-of-year party organized by Minister Nabakoba for her supporters, held at her country home in Karangaro, Nyonyintono district. And now we move to our international stories after giving a recap of what is trending on the local scene that we were able to capture for the last 24 hours. Beginning with India, where India has blocked foreign funding for Mother Teresa charity organization. India's government has refused to renew the foreign funding license for a charity founded by Mother Teresa. The Missionaries of Christ has thousands of nuns supervising projects like Home for Abandoned Children, schools, clinics and hospices. On Christmas Day, India's Home Ministry announced it had not renewed the registration due to advance inputs. Hindu hardliners have long accused the charity of using its programs to convert people to Christianity. The charity has denied these allegations. In a statement on Monday, it confirmed that its renewal application had been denied and it would not operate any foreign funding accounts until the matter is resolved. Earlier, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamate Banjange, drew criticism after tweeting that government had frozen the charity's bank accounts, but the government and the country have both since denied such accounts, saying they never froze their accounts. The Coleto-based charity was founded in 1950 by Mother Teresa, a Roman Catholic nun who moved to India from her native Macedonia. It is one of the world's best-known Catholic charity. Mother Teresa was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize in 1979 for her humanitarian work, and she was declared a saint by Pope Francis in 2016, 19 years after her death. We now move to France, where Omicron has become a challenge. France tightens restrictions amidst Omicron surge. That is, France has announced tighter COVID restrictions amidst concerns over the Omicron variant. From 3rd January, remote working will become compulsory for all who can, and public gatherings will be limited to 2,000 people for indoor events. The news comes as France recorded more than 100,000 new infections on Saturday, the highest number reported in the country since the pandemic began. But the Prime Minister stopped short of implementing a New Year's Eve curfew. Jean Castex told reporters that the pandemic felt like a film without an ending, as he unveiled the new measures at a news conference following a crisis cabinet meeting. Health Minister Oliver Vanera said coronavirus infections were doubling every 2 days, warning of a mega wave of new cases. The new rules also include limits on outdoor public gatherings, which will be restricted to 5,000 people, and a ban on eating and drinking on long-distance transport. Nightclubs will remain closed until further notice, and cafes and bars will be able to provide table services only. Employees who work from home will have to do so at least 3 days a week. Mask wearing will become compulsory in city centers. The government is also shortlisting the length of time between booster shots from 4 months after the last vaccination to 3 months now. France's planned vaccine pass, which will require proof of vaccination, not just a negative test to enter public space, will come into effect on the 15th of January if Parliament approves a drafted bill. Mr. Castex did not introduce a full lockdown or New Year's Eve curfew. Schools will also reopen as planned on the 3rd of January. However, according to the country's coronavirus dashboard, France currently has an average of more than 17,000 new daily infections. Away from France, we now return to Africa and we focus on Somalia, where Somalia's President Mohamed Abdullahi has suspended the Prime Minister, who is facing allegations of involvement in theft of land. Mohamed Hassan accused the president of trying to stage a coup and said he would continue in office. He urged security forces to take orders from him rather than the president. Troops loyal to the president earlier failed to block the Prime Minister from entering his office in the capital, Mogadishu. The Prime Minister's allies said the two men have been involved in a long-running power struggle, raising fears of further instability in Somalia. The U.S. Embassy in Somalia urged leaders to refrain from provocative action and avoid violence. Somalia has not had an effective central government since the overthrow of their long-serving leader, Said Barre, in 1991. The country is marked by disputes between rival politicians and clans. It is also battling an insurgency by the Al-Shabaab, an Al-Qaeda-affiliated group. The Prime Minister's term of office ends in February, but was extended because of disagreements over how to choose a new president. A complex election for parliament, which involved clan elders choosing MPs, has been underway since November. It was supposed to have concluded by December 24th, but the deadline was missed. The two leaders have accused each other of undermining elections, and the Prime Minister said he was to be suspended, but this had no effect on his work. Well, that brings us to the end of our international stories, and as it is our daily routine, we ensure that we spice up your morning with relevant information, but we also don't tire to remind you that much as you're partying and enjoying the festive season, please don't forget to ensure you have Hallelujah products. That is Hallelujah Ginger Tea or Hallelujah Turmeric drinks for you this morning, because remember, they have been certified by the Uganda National Bureau of Standards, but also they boost your immune system. We are in days where modernity has taken over a lot of things, and sometimes we do not have time to get these herbs that our great-great-parents used and lived longer. So Halua Reflexology has been able to get them and condense them in this bottle, pack them for you to consume. So at just 1,500, you can access a bottle and take one of these. Modernity has taken so many things. I was just discussing with my friend yesterday how those days, Christmas was a time to receive Christmas cards. And some of these Christmas cards came with something. They are not just mere cards. Well, you'd open an envelope and maybe there's like a 10K, there's a 50, there's a sweet message. Today, I received the cards, but in a different form. Would I call them digital cards? Where someone good at graphics designs something very good, puts a picture, and someone sends it in your inbox. So as you open, Christmas card. Well, modernity is taking away so much that we used to enjoy. I was even shocked when I was invited at a wedding. And guess what? Someone told me I've sent you an invite. So I asked people at home, have you gotten a card? At work, I was everywhere. And only to be told, check your WhatsApp. And what do I see? A very good design. That is an invite. Now I asked this person, supposing I reach at the gate, and maybe someone has run out of battery and I have to produce my card. Just told me, no. Your phone must be charged, so if we demand for your card, it is simple. Then I asked, what if I send it to somebody else? He said, no, look at the graphics. We've spent some time. There's Mr., Mrs., there's everything. So modernity is very interesting and technology is very interesting. But over time, we lose those very, very interesting moments that were spicing up life. How I miss those cards. How I miss those lovely cards, and of course the desire and the label people would put in that you would appreciate. Imagine if you had to take a Christmas card to one of your uncles, one of your relatives, and you drive that distance. Shows commitment, shows determination to wish that person maybe a Merry Christmas or invite that person to your wedding. But you just send me something, I open, I'm checking WhatsApp, oh, I have a card. I think in one way or the other, much as it saves time, it could save money as well, but there's something we are losing that I feel was very interesting in spicing up some of these events. Imagine you would go to you're going to a wedding, then you hope I've not forgotten the card, you carry the card and all that. There was some, rather than it's just no more, I have my phone, the card is there, I'm invited. I don't know what your opinion is, what your views are, but I would love to know. What are your views regarding this modern way of inviting people, of wishing them festivity moments, all that have been taken? Where I used to give cards. Someone gives birth to a new baby, gives birth to a baby, you remember, you go to hospital, people, at least if you've not gone, send a card. And now what happens? A new mother, all you get is something on your phone, well designed. I know it takes time. We have an expert here in graphics. It takes time, and not everybody can do it. But at the end of the day, I think there's something we are missing. Let me know your opinion about that, this modern way of doing things. But we'll have the song of the day, and when we return, we'll still have more for you in the world of current affairs. Stay with us, we'll return shortly.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda. Live.
I love Uganda. I serve Uganda. I sacrifice for Uganda. I'm loyal to Uganda. I love myself.
Be patriotic. Uganda first. This message is brought to you by the National Secretariat for Patriotism Co Uganda, Office of the President.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field could not be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite shows.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
I hope you're enjoying yourself. We are still in the festive season and we are giving you very interesting Christmas music. For many people, this is a period that only ends when we usher in the new year. Actually, to many homes that have the Christmas trees, previously when we were growing up, we used to have the bukomela. Those are some of the things that modernity has taken away from us, because those days on the village, in every village, people used to use these as fences around their homes. Allow me to use the common name, which is obukomera, but when you grew up, you even used to refer to them as maybe Christmas trees. So you would have them, the entire village. Today, if they told you to look for that, I highly doubt how many homes this Christmas season had natural Christmas trees. How many homes did? I know you've not yet move the decoration, the Christmas tree is still around. Just look around. How many homes had that particular tree that you grew up knowing it is what we use for Christmas, and wherever your Christmas tree is, it was a natural Christmas tree? Those days, unfortunately this time around, police, and over a time actually, I think for the last decade, police came up and stopped burning of these trees. But it was usually a culture that on the eve, that is 31st, as you usher in the new year, that is when you remove the Christmas tree and you go and you burn that Christmas tree. Now we have those that are recycled. You just remove it, place it in some place. The next year, you use the same tree as a Christmas tree. Those days, you would see people moving around with pangers, asking those that had that particular tree, especially that we were using for Christmas, to help them. And you know, it was interesting. This is what I'm talking about, how modernity has stolen certain things, robbed us of some joy. You know, you're so excited. Which neighbor still has that? Then you climb, you look for that one that is well carved, that will have the balloons, will have the lights, and that is all. But talking about this festive season, I want to bring your attention that much as there's so much excitement, police has emphasized there will not be any fireworks, neither anything similar to burning in celebration of ushering in the new year. So if you have that Christmas, there will not be burning of tires, fireworks, Christmas trees that usually do so, those gatherings are not allowed because we are still in a time where we are fighting COVID-19 and we do not want such activity that will bring people coming together uncontrolled. At the end of the day, you usher in the new year as you've contracted COVID-19. But also on the sad note, yet very importantly, is the rate of accidents this festive season. We lost 58 people in road accidents this festive season. 58 people died. And we had 195 accidents this festive season. Just think about this. People have gone to celebrate, people are enjoying, but we lost 58 lives in 195 accidents. We lost 7 drivers that were drive private vehicles. 7 succumbed to accidents and 16 sustained serious injuries. Still looking at accidents this festive season, we lost pedocyclists. Those were 4 that died and 4 were seriously injured. Come to, that is motorcycle riders, maybe border and other motorbikes. We lost 17 people who are riding motorcycles. And we lost, 47 were seriously injured. Come to passengers on motorcycles, we lost 12 people who are being carried on motorcycles. And 33 were seriously injured. Just this festive season, not yet done, but these are the lives we are losing. Taxis, we lost no passenger, but 25 people were seriously injured in road accidents this festive season. Then reckless driving, we registered 171 accidents due to reckless driving, giving us a total of 195 accidents and total loss of lives 58 persons. Yesterday I was giving you tips to ensure that you sail through smoothly. You're not part of the victims of these accidents, and you enter 2022 alive and kicking. So please, as you're celebrating, remember, roads are there. You have a car, you have a bike, you're going to use a vehicle. Any means of transport, ensure it is safe for you and ensure you're not a danger to yourself. As a dangerous driver that is under the influence of alcohol, because people are merrymaking, but also ensuring, very importantly, that you're under a sober mind and the people you're carrying. Most of these times people are driving back from the villages. It is a car, you have loud music, the driver is not concentrating, much as they may not be under the influence of alcohol, but you're taken up, you're taken up, this, that, and you've lost concentration. At the end of the day, you might end up causing accidents. So stay safe. The roads are good. The government has invested so much on that, but these are roads where just this festive season, 58 persons succumbed to accidents. Not a scare, but just something for you to ensure that you have that at the back of your mind. I need to get to my next destination safe and sound. I'll take a break. When I return, I'll be looking at some of the stories in the dailies this morning.
Raising voices.
I feel happy when my mother spends time with me. I hope all mothers will like my mother. I want my mother to reach out to all mothers. She knows how important it is to be a good mother. I promise to help my mother inspire other mothers to change.
In this time of COVID, what is your promise to the children of Uganda? Because a violence-free childhood is everyone's right. Raising voices.
When you talk about our motherland Uganda, the pearl of Africa, you cannot fail to smile because of the smile that fills the faces of the citizens. Our nice good weather and nature that sustains us all, that enables us all to continue each in their own way because we are all different even according to each individual's work. But what joins us to become one person is the sweetness from the flavored drink Alleluia Jinga tea drink and Alleluia tamarind drink. The flavor that quenches your thirst while at the same time treating and healing your body because it is 100% natural. Enjoy the drink that has got the tamarind juice in it. Made by Alleluia Reflexology, Healthy Solutions and Nutritional Research Center Limited. Get yourself a bottle of Alleluia from all shops around.
Welcome back, and we're here to ensure that we spice up your festive season with relevant information. You could be very far from the city center or from the next point where you can access the papers, but we make it a point that even when you're not able to access the papers, at least we give you a hint of what is in the papers. So that is one of the reasons why you should keep it with us throughout this festive season, because we keep you informed as you're relaxing, as you're enjoying the holiday. I know many people are still on holiday until the next year, which is just will be commencing on Saturday. Well, let's look at some of the stories in the dailies, and I'll begin with the New Vision this morning. Well, there's a very big headline there that gives hope to many Ugandans. That is, COVID team recommends reopening. Well, with the Omicron and some of the rising cases, some people had begun to think twice. Will we have that reopening? Then New Year, that is festivals, fireworks, night prayers banned. So the usual way of doing things, COVID-19, we cannot behave normal. No fireworks, and of course you won't have those prayers that usher people into the new year. You can pray from anywhere, even your home. Then on crime, police hunts for dead, that is UNRWA manager's mistress. That is also one of the stories there in the dailies. And employment, government suspends 15 labor export farms. People, these are farms that have been taking people more so, that is to the Middle East. Government suspends them. And Kano Nakalema sent for training. That is the head of the State House Anti-Corruption Unit. Kano Nakalema has been sent for training. Then Uganda finally wins battle to retain UN base. Well, remember, there's been a struggle over this. Should it go to Kenya or remain in Uganda? Finally, we win that. And oil and infrastructure, 4 companies contracted to work on the Terenga industrial area. We are still waiting when we shall have our first barrel there produced. And still looking at the New Vision, it is a festive time, but also there's so much on education. Schools are opening on the 10th of January next year, and the New Vision brings you Senior 1 Biology, Senior 3 Geography, A-Level Chemistry and Mathematics are there for you in the New Vision this morning. Allow me cross over to our neighbors, that is in Kenya, and have a look at the dailies there, beginning with the Daily Nation this morning. Well, it is politics dominating. MPs in fresh plot to clip Uhuru's powers. And we look at an opinion poll done there that there is neck and neck for Raila and Ruto. There's a 33 and a 32 there. But remember, they'll be going to the polls just next year. Tribute to the late Desmond Tutu, that is Archbishop Desmond Tutu. He fought for us. South Africans mourn Tutu. That is a Nobel Peace Prize winner as well, who died. And of course one of the apartheid heroes in South Africa. Still looking at the Daily Nation, how newborns are helping to grow trees. Cover in Saya village, that is all expectant mothers who visit local dispensaries are given a total of 5 seedlings from the time they make their first visit until they deliver. So you go, you plant a tree. Well, that is a very good move there as far as fighting climate change and global warming. Then battle for the Western vote, that is still in Kenya elections, the Raila and of course Ruto, where there is a very hot contest between the two of that. But don't forget, Ruben will be here to give you all that you need to know in the world of sports for the sports lovers. Don't forget, he'll give you more of what happened, games played yesterday, and of course those catchy, interesting stories and the jokes that accompany that is the sports segment as well. So much is happening around the world, but of course, you can get yourself a copy of these papers and you'll be having more knowledge of what is trending. We'll return shortly.
It's the festive season and we love it. And that means it's time to celebrate with GoTV.
Come with me.
So get your GoCoder and GoTV value for 25,000 shillings to watch with the whole family. And if you're feeling extra festive, upgrade to our best package yet, GoTV Super.
Something to look forward to.
Download the My GoTV app for more information.
Super.
We all deserve a super festive season. And with GoTV, there's every reason to love it.
Transact and win money after money with Airtel Money. 1.5 billion shillings in cash prizes up for grabs.
My name is Mulage Sahod from Tororo District. I'm so happy that I'm a lucky winner of the 10 million Uganda shillings man after money promotion with Airtel. I can't believe it. It's just like I've been reborn. It's the best day of my life.
The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Raising voices.
I feel happy when my mother spends time with me. I hope all mothers will like my mother. I want my mother to reach out to all mothers. She knows how important it is to be a good mother. I promise to help my mother inspire other mothers to change.
In this time of COVID, what is your promise to the children of Uganda? Because a violence-free childhood is everyone's right. Raising voices.
You know, you could just buy a new smartphone from anywhere in Uganda. Dial *175 *94 hash to activate their 100% double data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles for 3 months. Better yet, you automatically receive free 1 GB valid for 30 days. You are hooked already, aren't you? Enjoy 100% double data bonus from Airtel. Buy a smartphone from anywhere in Uganda and insert an Airtel SIM card. Dial *175 *94 hash to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Dial *175 hash and select your preferred bundle to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome to Elmo's World News. Reporter Elmo is here with some breaking news. All around the world, Elmo's friends are going on adventures without leaving home. How, you ask? By using their imaginations. Elmo's friend is going to explore the forest. She doesn't have binoculars, but she does have her imagination. Look, she made binoculars using what she had at home. Come on, let's explore with her. Wow, look at those trees. Oh, and watch out for that bear. Roar! You can play anything with your imagination. Elmo's friends are brother and sister. Today, they made a video camera and a microphone, and they're pretending to be news reporters. Hey, Elmo's got a job for you. You can be anything with your imagination. Elmo's friend is pretending he's sailing on a boat. Ahoy, friend! Don't forget the life vest. Wow! Watch out for that huge whale! You can go anywhere when you use your imagination. What will you imagine today? Bye-bye, everybody!
Patriotism is a feeling of love, devotion, and the willingness to sacrifice for one's country.
I say no to corruption because I put my country first. I choose peace over violence because I put my country first.
I love Uganda. I serve Uganda. I sacrifice for Uganda. I'm loyal to Uganda. I love myself.
Be patriotic. Uganda first. This message is brought to you by the National Secretariat for Patriotism Uganda, Office of the President.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field could not be possible without it.
Until now, we can watch our favorite shows.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
Izina ryanjye ni Dr. Chris Bariumusi, Minisita w'eshonga z'amahurire kuri zigana za karimagezi kandi no kuhabura ihanga ninyenda kutabarusya abanyarwanda mwena abo kwiga mu rugo mwaka kandi no kujaguza urunakuru rwa Christmas umwaka ugu gurimo ibintu bingi ko bururu twateire uko kubanza kandi twagira n'ikigwire cya corona nyenda kusino ya Uganda mwena abo Rwanda n'amandi kugira ngo twasimbura ubwirobo kandi twongere kuza mu Rwanda turukuratira enyegesa eyabashaho nyamunonga turebe ngo twateze kikato cyo kusirika ingwara ya COVID-19 nimbendeza kujaguza Christmas kurungi kandi n'umwaka musya gwehorere zo 2022 mwebwe muno.
Winston Agaba David is my name, and I'm the Managing Director of Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, UBC. The year 2021 has really been a tough one, not only for UBC, but the entire country, the entire world. As UBC, we've had challenges. Of course, COVID-19 hasn't spared us. We are thankful that although many staff tested positive, they all managed to beat the pandemic and recovered, and we thank the Almighty for that. Looking forward, Christmas is just around the corner, and we really want to wish all our viewers and listeners a happy Christmas. Let's be mindful of the festive season. COVID is still with us, so let's be mindful of keeping distance and all the SOPs. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. As we celebrate Christmas, let's be mindful about the SOPs. COVID-19 is still here with us. We must be careful as we celebrate with family, as we travel, and especially traveling, speed kills. Let's travel safe. Let's make sure that the prosperous year that we're looking forward to, 2022, we get there in one piece.
Ensuring that you enjoy responsibly is our message to you this festive season. It's not only about enjoying, but how safe it is. And of course, keeping you informed, we also want to look at the Daily Monitor and look at what is there for you this morning, because we know maybe you're very far and it is important to know and keep well informed with what is in the dailies. Experts tell Museveni to delay full reopening. That is the front page big headline of the Daily Monitor this morning. Experts tell Museveni to delay full reopening. But still, the Daily Monitor, we see that is counting the real cost of Christmas. What was the real cost for Christmas? The Daily Monitor gives you more of that. Pope advises couples on harmonious living. that is Pope Francis that has advised couples there. And according to the Daily Monitor, it says 80 people killed during festive season. Now this could be murders of all sorts and also road accidents as well. Still, police on fireworks ban, and there is a lizard here. The lizard says, what is New Year celebration without fireworks? That is the cartoon in the Daily Monitor, is asking what is New Year celebration without fireworks as police ban end of year fireworks celebration. Still looking at the Daily Monitor, what's causing surge in COVID-19 infections? Just as we thought they were reducing day by day, now we see them spring up in thousands as we record in Uganda. Come to tax collection, down as debt rises, says Bank of Uganda. And still there's so much on the do's of this year, ushering in of the new year. There's so much there. And remember, ignorance of the law is not an excuse. So ensure you know what you shouldn't do to avoid entering the new year behind bars. Still, the Daily Monitor brings you how schools impose additional fee to implement COVID-19 SOPs. Now this is the dilemma. The parents, there hasn't been that very good. Schools are saying we need to increase fees because now we are having additionals that we didn't have previously. The water, more consumption, more this, more that, creating more space. So we cannot have the same fees that you are paying previously. Despite a call by the Minister, that is for Education and Sports, urging them not to increase school fees, it seems that is not as it is. Still looking at the Daily Monitor this morning, where we look at the archives and journalists cover the 7th graduation ceremony of the Islamic University of Uganda that was in 1999. Today in history, Museveni warns general towards government. That was on December 28th, the year 1985. And worst European earthquake hits Italy. That was on this very date, but the year 1908. Still, they give you how Nakalema and Biekwaso were sent on one-year course. The head of the State House Anti-Corruption Unit, Edith Nakalema, and Army spokesperson Brigadier Flavia Biekwaso are among those sent to train in Jinja. Very interesting, controversial here. The founder of House of Prayer Ministry has told police that he was invited as a guest by Susan Makula's family, and it wasn't an introduction. I love Uganda. One does never cease to end. Okay, we wait, and of course, it's always the end that is more interesting. In sports, Vipers stop after Ondu Faraka, and that is KCC first there, but we also see more Seguya 2021 robbed rugby. But remember, these and more, Ruben will be here to give you all the updates in the world of sports. Now let's turn to traffic and look at a few tips, because we know many of you are going to be heading back, because it is usually a culture that people want to enjoy Christmas with family, but they are very eager to return and have the 31st find them in cities. Those are some of the tips for you who is going to drive. First and foremost, check your tires, because you could have driven for a very long distance and maybe you had punctures, maybe they wore out, maybe they weren't in good shape even when you left. So to avoid an accident out of a tire burst, ensure you check your tires. If they're not good enough to hit the road, given the road terrain, sometimes you went deep into the villages where the roads are not safe, please do not, because about 10% of accidents that happen have a connection with a tire burst. So avoid that. Second, check your brakes before you head back. Many times accidents happen as a result of brake failures. So before you hit the road, check, is your car in good shape in terms of the braking system? If not, please do not risk. Check the oil after driving for a long time. Sometimes the kilometers, maybe when you didn't do some service to ensure that that oil, you had something new to ensure that the vehicle machinery do not cause complication. So in case you need to change the oil, do that for the journey. Maybe calculate, they gave you how many kilometers for you to ensure you change your engine oil. If these kilometers are done, please rather send a boda, rather send anybody to get you oil so that you can drive back. That suits. We do not want you to get these inconveniences along the way. And very importantly, plan your journey in time. Most of the accidents we get also have an issue with rushing. You know, Fort Portal to Kampala is about 6 hours, and for you believe, I have a new car, I can do that in about 4 hours. That can lead you to an accident. Plan your journey in time, and also ensure you do not drink and drive. It is still a festive season, but if you're drunken driving is one of the leading causes of accidents in this festive season. So do not drink and drive. And if you're not well conversant with the road, sometimes people, you had a person who drove you to the village. Now every Tom, Dick and Harry wants to test the journey driving as you go back. Because we're in a panic now, it's okay, we can drive. We didn't meet a number of police officers. I think they're not so much on the road. I can try my luck. Remember, you have people behind you. All these lives can perish in just a moment. If you're not well conversant with the terrain, the geography of the area, do not drive. We believe if you do what I've told you, we shall have you safe in the next year. Do not let moments take your life. Do not let excitement take your life, because there is so much. You need to usher in 2023 and many more others. So ensure this is not the end of you, because there is so much that awaits you away from the excitement. When I return, we'll be looking at our GMU agenda, and we're expecting to look at the plight of nurses in our country. Keep it with us. We are here to ensure that you're well versed with what you need to know as you go about business.
Winston Agaba David is my name, and I'm the Managing Director of Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, UBC. The year 2021 has really been a tough one, not only for UBC, but the entire country, the entire world. As UBC, we've had challenges. Of course, COVID-19 hasn't spared us. We are thankful that although many staff tested positive, they all managed to beat the pandemic and recovered, and we thank the Almighty for that. Looking forward, Christmas is just around the corner, and we really want to wish all our viewers and listeners a happy Christmas. Let's be mindful of the festive season. COVID is still with us, so let's be mindful of keeping distance and all the SOPs. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. As we celebrate Christmas, let's be mindful about the SOPs. COVID-19 is still here with us. We must be careful as we celebrate with family, as we travel, and especially traveling, speed kills. Let's travel safe. Let's make sure that the prosperous year that we're looking forward to, 2022, we get there in one piece.
My name is Flavia Nalumawa, a Senior Human Resource Officer, UBC TV. As we come to the end of 2021, we thank God that He has seen us through amidst all the problems and challenges of COVID-19. Christmas is a tonic to our souls. It makes us think more of others than ourselves. it drives us to giving than to receiving. Therefore, to all our viewers, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Thank you.
Introducing the all-new Roofing's TMX 500C rebars with cut and bend surfaces. Roofing's, strength of a nation.
Everyone deserves more this festive season, which is why MTN Momo is giving you more thank you points on your MTN Momo withdrawals at agent locations. Get 150 thank you points for every 1,000 shillings spent in withdrawal fees. More thank you points means you get more free minutes, more free MBs, more free SMSs, and more free Momo Pay shopping. To use your thank you points, dial *141#.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
I'm growing up, I'm growing into every moment.
Thanks, Mom.
Nurture the moment with Minute Maid Delight, now available in apple flavor in the 400ml ready-to-drink pack.
Patriotism is a feeling of love, devotion, and the willingness to sacrifice for one's country.
I say no to corruption because I put my country first. I choose peace over violence because I put my country first.
Patriotic, Uganda first. This message is brought to you by the National Secretariat for Patriotism Uganda, Office of the President.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field could not be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite shows.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
Transact and win money after money with Airtel Money. 1.5 billion shillings in cash prizes up for grabs.
My name is from Tororo District. I'm so happy that I'm a lucky winner of the 10 million Uganda shillings man after money promotion with Airtel. I can't believe it. It's just like I've been reborn. It's the best day of my life.
The more you transact, the higher your chances of winning. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Welcome back from that short break, and it is Good Morning Uganda agenda now. At this segment, we usually have our guests in studios and we discuss an issue of national concern, and what happens, you're able to give us also feedback, and of